Welcome to How the Races Won, the Triathlon Edition. Today we're at the men's race of the Ironman World Championship KONA for 2016.
CoachEdu.net.
On the strength of a 48:02 swim, a 4 hours 29 bike, and a 2:45 marathon, Germany's Jan Frodeno posted an 8:06:30 finishing time to become the first male to successfully defend the Ironman World Championship since Craig Alexander did so in 2009. In 2014 World Champion Sebastian Kienle, also from Germany, raced with True Grit, and Patrick Lange rounded off the all-German podium in celebration of a memorable KONA debut. Due to the world-class field that descends on KONA every year, a large lead group exited the swim in Kailua Bay altogether. Harry Wiltshire of Great Britain was the first to scramble up the steps to the pier in 48 minutes dead, with 12 more athletes right behind him, including Frodeno, Andy Potts, Marco Albert, Paul Matthews, Dennis Chevrolet, Brent McMahon, David Mami, Igor Amarelli, Andy Bucher, Tim O'Donnell, and Tim Don. A second group 30 seconds back included other top men, including Trenzo Bozzone, Andreas Reilert, Frederick van Leerde, Ben Hoffman, Timothy van Berkel, and Kienle was 38th out of the water in 52:27, which gave him an obtainable 4 minutes 27 deficit to make up on the bike. But it was Mickey Weiss and Lionel Sanders who made some of the boldest moves across the 112 miles of lava, wind and heat as the athletes retreated along the Queen K Highway. But it was not an easy day. Van Leerde, McMahon and Patrick Lange would all go on to serve penalties that would be hard to bounce back from. I make a note of Lange's 5-minute penalty as we get to the end of the race. Just before the climb to Harvey that tends to separate the field here in Hawaii, Weiss was riding out the front with Potts, Buescher, Frodeno, O'Donnell and Kienle, who had clawed his way back up from his 4 minutes 27 deficit. German Boris Stein made his impression on the race here as well. After Harvey, Kienle rode into first with Bucher, Weiss, O'Donnell, Mackenzie, Potts and Frodeno, Hoffman, Van Leerde and Stein chasing. The lead was changing several times on the way back to town, but it was Frodeno who coasted dramatically into T2 in front of thousands of spectators. Kienle came in 4 seconds back, with Mackenzie, Hoffman, O'Donnell and Stein next in line. The rest of the field would follow more than 3 minutes back, so it was shaping up into the battle everybody was hoping for, Frodeno versus Kienle. The two Germans didn't disappoint, and over the first few miles of the marathon through the streets of Kailua Kona, the two men ran side by side, and the spectators even caught wind of chatter between the two of them. It wasn't until the halfway point of the run that Frodeno finally began to pull away. Heading into the energy lab at mile 16, Frodeno led Kienle by over 2 minutes, and Hoffman, Buescher and O'Donnell were all more than 6 minutes back at this point. Meanwhile, Lange continued to steadily work his way up through the field. Frodeno's marathon of 2 hours 45:34 led him across the sacred Aliyah Drive finish line in 8:06:30. Kienle ran a 2 hours 49:03 marathon to finish second in a time of 8 hours 10:02, and Lange used a 2 hours 39 minutes 45 run to move up from 23rd off the bike and move all the way up to 3rd place. In doing so, he broke the run course record set by Mark Allen in 1989. With Andreas Bucher in 4th, Ben Hoffman was the with Uh, Ben Hoffman was the only upset of a total German clean sweep in reminiscent of earlier days in the sport. I can't remember when I suffered so much, said Frodeno told the crowds after the race. And Jan was apparently the strongest, and it was just another motivation to keep pushing and training, said Kinley, after his compatriot and said of his compatriot and closest competition. I'm pretty close, not exactly where I want to be, but I have to be happy with it. But most notably was the fact that Patrick Lange crossed the finish line 4 minutes 44 seconds behind Jan Frodeno for his third place finish. And when you take into account that he served a 5-minute penalty for being caught drafting on the bike with a super tight lead pack, then it will be interesting to permeate what may have happened if he had not served that 5-minute penalty. It would have been way closer, right up at the top. But that is how the event played itself out, and I'm pretty sure Patrick Lange will come back way stronger in 2017. That brings me to the end of my report on the men's race at the 2016 edition of the Ironman World Championship in Kona. Be sure to like and share this video, post any comments, questions, criticisms that you may have in the comment section down below. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and last but by no means least, stay carved up for the win. I'll see you next time. Cheers.